One of the asset classes that has been very hit by the ongoing recession, in fact, pretty much a worldwide recession, as you can say right now, is cryptocurrency. Bitcoin has hit the lowest level it's hit since hitting that ultra high back over $60,000 back in November of last year, and now it's been trading under 19,000 with a little bit of a resurgence here and there off and on. Ethereum's been down, a lot of the altcoins have been down, and a lot of the questions from a lot of investors is whether or not they should be still invested in cryptocurrency, even the big boys, Bitcoin and Ethereum. And some things have been happening recently that may be changing the tide with crypto, but it is a very precarious space to be in, and I'm going to talk about that today. Some signs that crypto may just keep middling where it is, and some other signs that some of them might be about to blow up. Welcome back to Wrestling with Finance, the YouTube finance channel for those who have wrestled with finances in the past and look to do better with them in the future. And one of the things that you can usually count on up until a couple months ago that would help you do better in the future was cryptocurrency. Like I said before, Bitcoin was trading at its highest levels ever back in November. Everything was great. And then the recession and the downturn hit, and it hasn't recovered now that we're in the 9th month of 2022. It's been a pretty bad year for crypto all around. And for the longest time, especially the past couple of years, people were trying to track whether or not cryptocurrency's price would kind of be congruent with the dollar or with the stocks. And it seems like it's more congruent with the stock market than it is the dollar. In fact, it's almost an inverse relationship to the dollar, because as the dollar has been strengthened because of moves by the Fed, including the Fed head, Jerome Powell, we've seen the constant decrease in cryptocurrencies. A lot of people have suspected that's because riskier asset classes tend to drop when the more stable ones, like the dollar, tend to rise. And as interest rates continue to go up, the dollar becomes more stable and becomes worth a lot more. There's less interest in investing in those alternative asset classes like Bitcoin and Ethereum. But there are some signs that cryptocurrency itself is not out and done just yet. It is estimated right now that about 5% of Brazil's entire population is invested in cryptocurrencies, in particular Bitcoin. There were 800,000 of just not even a year ago, and now that number is over 1 million. And the reason I know this is because the Brazilians have to report this as income or as assets to the Brazilian government, and there has been a drastic rise in it. It's also been reported that Russia is about to legalize cryptocurrency in international trade. However you think about it, the Russians need an economy too. They can't just sit there and be poor and be happy about it. So they need, with all the financial restrictions internationally on the country and its citizens right now, there is a cry for other alternative means, and cryptocurrency, Bitcoin in particular, might be one of those assets for them. And this goes on with an international trend, not so much in the States, even though there's obviously a lot of crypto investors, a heavy amount of crypto investors in the United States. But internationally, a lot of these other countries, as we've seen over the last year or two, have been looking towards Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptos as being a way for them to kind of improve their status, despite the fact that the cryptocurrency space has lost lots of money over the last year or so. They're banking in on the future, which is what a lot of crypto investors, even in the States, are banking on, their future of cryptocurrency. And one of the big highlights and the big bright spots in the possible future of cryptocurrency is, again, Ethereum and the upcoming merge. If you look at Ethereum and how Ethereum has handled itself during this latest downturn, they've kind of outpaced a lot of coins. Now that depends on the day, because sometimes Ethereum can be a lot more down than other coins. But overall, they've outpaced a lot of the other coins in the space, especially what are considered altcoins, which is anything else besides Bitcoin, for the most part. But Ethereum is the solid number 2 in the space. And what the merge is going to do with all the changes in the code that's currently ongoing and being prepared to roll out, they're going to have a lot of interest in the crypto space of people maybe turning away from Bitcoin and maybe looking more towards Ethereum because of the improvements that the merge is going to make to the code. I've talked about this on the channel before. In fact, I have an entire video on the merge that you can check out in the links either here or in the description box below. But to do the TLDR on that, one of those benefits is that due to the merge and a change in Ethereum's structure, it's going from proof of work to proof of stake. And the big benefit of that not only is more efficiency and a little bit more reliability on that blockchain, but the environmental impact, which is very important for a lot of people who are investors. The mining of Bitcoin and Ethereum and a lot of these cryptocurrencies has been reported to do a lot of damage to the environment. In fact, they claim that the energy used to mine a lot of those cryptocurrencies is more energy output and more energy consumption than a lot of countries. So going to this proof of stake model is reportedly going to reduce 99%, by 99%, I should say, the amount of environmental impact that mining Ethereum has on the environment. The more you can put a green tag on something these days, the more people are going to be for it, whether it's actually 99% reduction or not. It really doesn't matter for the average consumer and the average investor. Just knowing that and the feeling around it, the hype around that Ethereum is going to be the green cryptocurrency over the very wasteful Bitcoin is probably going to lead to a surge in Ethereum's price over the next couple of months once the merge is completed and the new coding structure is in place. However, there's one downside to that, and it goes back to my original point that cryptocurrency tends to trend more along with the way the stock market is going and less along with what the dollar is doing. And because the stock market is pricing in all of these proposed, well, we already know that Fed head Jerome Powell is going to be having significant increases in interest rates over the next couple of years. He's pretty much confirmed that he's going to stick to that, and it's going to be quite aggressive with that. The stock market is pricing that in, which is leading to a lot of the stock prices going down, and they may stay down for the next year or so until they go back up again. And I would expect possibly the same thing to happen with cryptocurrency. And even with the merge, Ethereum may see a bump. We don't know. We can't predict the future here because I obviously don't have a crystal ball in front of me.
Josefina, Linda, Maria, Sisi, his mama. She is Maria. Yes! Praise God, I knew he was with his mama.
But the impact on Ethereum's growth might be a bit watered down because of the ongoing downturn in the stock market, the strength of the dollar, and increase of interest rates in the United States that are helping to buoy up the dollar. So as a crypto investor myself, some of y'all might be wondering, well, are you still going to be investing in Ethereum and Bitcoin? And absolutely, I'm always going to be investing in Ethereum and Bitcoin until I see that it's possibly going to hit zero, which it doesn't look like it's happening anytime soon. And again, I go back to the international community and a lot of other countries outside of the United States being a lot more friendly and still working their way to fully adopting cryptocurrency as part of their economy. And you might even see China change its tune on that, given what's going on in China right now with the imminent collapse that people keep predicting of their economy because of their real estate issues. Maybe China, who's been a very big stalwart against cryptocurrency and kicked out a lot of miners from the country, it might be something they may consider in the future, but that's not a guarantee. But again, the rest of the international community, places like El Salvador, places like Brazil, like I mentioned before, Russia, a lot of these places trying to establish a new world order as far as economics are concerned. Once we come out of this global recession, it's going to be very curious to see whether or not those investments in cryptocurrencies for those countries and for us as individual investors who are still investing in Bitcoin and Ethereum and other altcoins is going to pay dividends in the future. You're just going to have to wait and see on that. But for me, again, I'm going to stick with it, and I'm probably going to invest a little bit more next year in 2023 into those coins as we look towards getting out of this economic funk that we're in. And some of these international issues get resolved, and some more regulations, official regulations from governments, including the United States, are going to be placed on cryptocurrencies and how to regulate them and how to make them a lot more stable than what they are now. But I want to hear from you guys. How are you dealing with your crypto investments? Are you invested in crypto? And by the way, if you're not, I have links down below in the description box for Coinbase where you can get some free crypto, from some free Bitcoin by just signing up for it, and also Vault if you want to store it online, which some people suggest doing, some people also don't suggest doing. And if, like some other people, well, a lot of people these days, if you're not comfortable with keeping your crypto online in one of those brokerages, you can also use cold storage and take the free crypto that you get from Coinbase, transfer it off of there into cold storage until you're more comfortable with putting it online or in getting interest. or you just want to keep your crypto in cold storage anyway, you can get one of those devices. And I will have links to all of that stuff down in the description box below. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Until next time, I will have more information here as we continue to cover the world of cryptocurrency, personal finances, the stock market, and everything else with money here on Wrestling with Finance. Be safe out there.